Hey Tejanos, I'm Paulina and I'm with Paso Community College. Today, I will be showing you how to register for your classes online. Before we get started, here's what you need to do before registering. First, decide which semester you would like to register for. In this case, either summer or fall. Next, set up an appointment to meet with a counselor or advisor via their virtual office at epcc.as.me/registration. Make sure you have your name, EPCC ID, major, and semester you would like to register for ready. This appointment will assure you don't register for courses that don't pertain to your career path. Then, take care of any restrictions, also known as holds. These could either be not having your meningitis shot, missing proof of residence, or even talking to a counselor. And lastly, it's helpful to have your advising form in front of you, which should have been provided to you by your counselor. Now that we have completed those steps, let's go ahead and get started on the registering process. Let's go to epcc.edu. Then you can find the menu tab at the top right corner and scroll down to Web Banner. Now let's go ahead and enter our EPCC ID number, also known as your 800 number. And for your PIN, the default password should look like this: the 2 numbers of the month, 2 numbers of the day, and the last 2 numbers of the year. Okay, great. Now that we are in, let's go ahead and click on the Student and Financial Aid tab up here. Then to Registration. Then, let's click Registration and Add or Drop Classes. Here's where you will choose to browse for either summer or fall 2021 classes. Once you have selected which term, go ahead and click Submit. Now let's bring our advising form in front of us so we can refer to it a little easier. You can enter the CRNs from your advising form in the blank boxes at the bottom for a faster registration process. You can also go to Class Search and once again refer back to the advising form. Now, for this video, let's say my counselor advised me to take English 1301. So under Subject, I would look for English and once selected, press Course Search. Then, let's look for the course number. In this case, it would be 1301. Once I have found it on the screen, I will click View Sections, and here is the list of all the classes available for English 1301. Here is where you need to put all of your attention to detail when choosing a class. You need to look at the CRN number, subject, course number, the campus, the days, if it's online or in person, the times, the remaining number of seats available, and the dates. Once you have found a class that best suits your schedule, go ahead and checkmark the box at the far left side, then scroll all the way down and click Register. If the class is listed under Current Schedule, then that means you have successfully registered for the class and you can repeat the same process for the rest of your classes. If you have encountered an error while registering, you can get assistance by reaching our help desk at 915-831-6440 or contact your counselor for further assistance. Alright, now that you've become a registering pro, let's go ahead and learn a more advanced way to do this. Let's go back to where you need to pick a subject. Instead of clicking Course Search, let's go ahead and hit Advanced Search. On this page, it is important that you select a subject and you are free to enter as much detailed information as you would like to have a more filtered search of classes. Now that we got a much more specific search, we can repeat the step of reviewing all the class details to make sure it fits our schedule the best. Once you have found the right class, checkmark the box on the far left side, scroll all the way down and hit Register. Now, what happens if I later realize that I registered on the wrong campus by accident? Don't worry, because you can actually drop your class from the same place you registered. There's this little tab that says Action, and when you click the drop-down arrow, you can select Drop in Web and hit Submit Changes at the bottom. Once you see the class no longer listed under Current Schedule, then you have successfully dropped the class. So now that I have registered for all the classes listed on my advising form, how can I view them all so I can get a better idea of how my schedule will look like? You simply go back to the Student and Financial Aid tab, click Registration. You have 2 ways to look at your schedule. The first one is called Student Detail Schedule, where you can find the location, times, days, and the name of your professor for all classes. Or if you would just like to see the times of all your classes together, Then click Student Schedule by day and time. That's it for me today. I really hope you learned how to register for your classes online, and I'll see you next time.